Hi mathematicians, welcome to Learn Math with Kath. I'm Catherine and I'm here to help you on your journey to learn math. And today we're going to learn about adding positive and negative numbers. And so when adding negative and positive numbers, there's different ways that you can approach it. The first way that you could approach adding positive and negative numbers is by using a number line. And so I'm going to draw a number line for you, just a short one. So here's my 0, and I'm going to just go up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if you notice, to the right of 0, that's where my positive numbers are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then to the left of 0 are where my negative numbers lie. So -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. Okay, so before I jump in talking about how to add and subtract negative numbers, I want you to take a note of the number line. As the numbers to the right get bigger, the value gets larger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But as you go to the left of the number line, the numbers themselves get larger, right? Like the actual number. But because it's negative number, even though the number itself is big, like 5, because it's a negative number, the value of it gets smaller. So -5 is less than -4. -4 is less than -3. Okay, so I just want you to keep a note of that before we start adding positive, negative numbers. So let's look. So negative left, positive right. Okay, so let's look at an example. Okay, so we have -4 plus 2. So how can we use the number line? Well, we can use the number line because the numbers are small. Okay, and so what you do is you start at the first number and find it on the number line. So here we are right here, -4. Plus 2. So from -2, we go over 1, 2, and that's where we land, and that's our answer. Our answer is -2. So -4 plus 2 equals -2. Let's have another problem. So -1 plus -2. So we start at the first number on the number line. So we're at -1 plus -2. Now because it's negative, we have to go left. Okay? Remember, if it's a positive number, we go right to the number line. If it's a negative number, we go left. Okay? So we go left 2 spaces. 1, 2. And where do we land? -3. So that's how we use the number line to add and subtract positive and negative numbers. But let's say you have larger numbers. So there's a different way that you can add and subtract when you have larger numbers, because if you have a big number like, for example, -37 plus 21. You don't want to be drawing a long number line with all those numbers. So there's another strategy that you can use. Okay, so let's do an example. -21 plus -11. So here's a simple way that you can do it. You have to look at the sign, okay? If the signs are the same, you add the two numbers together and then you keep the sign. So we have negative 21 and then we have negative 11. The signs are the same. So then you just add them and you keep it negative. So 21 plus 11 is 32. So the answer is negative 32. If the signs are different, then you subtract. So let's say we had negative 21 plus 11. Then we subtract the two numbers. 21 minus 11 equals 10. However, after you subtract the two numbers, we look at the two numbers and see which number is larger. The absolute value of the number is larger, and 21. So that number gets to keep the sign. So this number is negative. And when I mean larger, I'm talking about the absolute value of that number. Okay? So remember, the same sign, add. If it's a different sign, subtract. Now let me give you a different example. And the reason why it's important for us to understand positive, negative numbers. Because if we think about in real life, temperature is a really good example of why it's important to understand adding and subtracting positive, negative numbers. So for example, let's say that in the morning when you woke up, it was negative 10 degrees. It was negative 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. And then by noon, it rose 21 degrees Fahrenheit. The temperature went up 21 degrees by noon. So then what was the temperature at noon? Well, let's look. Let's look at the two numbers, negative 10 and 21. If I look, there are different signs. Negative 10 is a negative number. 21 is a positive number. Because the signs are different, I have to subtract. 21 minus 10 equals 11. And then I look at the number that's larger, the absolute value of the number that's larger, and the positive number is the one that's larger. So then the answer is a positive number. So it was 11 degrees Fahrenheit at noon. Well, this concludes my lesson. Hopefully this was helpful for you and you're able to understand clearly. So if it was, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And always remember, anyone can learn math.